This is a video presentation of First Titan Corp. It's a bulletin board listed company trading our ticker FTTN. Picked this chart today because it's once again holding a base right in the area of 45 to up to around 48 cents. Dipped a little bit lower in December down to 38, 40 in February, but stock regularly pulls up before the close to hold above 45 cents. And with this double or even triple bottom, if you will, going all the way back to last summer, and a little bit of upward pressure that came in on Friday, closing up 2%. Negligible volume of only 27,000 shares traded to close at 49. This is still a chart to keep an eye on, see if it's going to take on an upward push off this base again, because it's made some pretty nice moves in the past from these levels. A couple different things going on here with the MACD. One, a nice climb back towards zero, and you can see from the histogram bars running back towards zero, and then popping up into positive territory. It says a bullish cross happened to the 12 passing through the 26 EMA. That's a pretty nice look to the MACD for a double bottom, trending back towards zero. We'll look for this bullish cross to continue through, see if the MACD can break above zero, and build some sort of an upward channel, showing a strengthening bullish trend. The ADX is in a pretty decent position for a reversal. It's not super high, only registering 40, but with the positioning of the candles, it's at a point to really start to pay attention to see if this is going to come back down a little bit, and see if we'll see some reversal in the positive and negative DIs, similar to as happened through here, which if we scroll up, we'll see that's when the price per share started climbing. And again, that ADX was right around this 40 mark. Negative DI was up on top of the positive DI. Just an overall decent position for a reversal and something to pay attention to. Money flow index, 714 and 21, all around 50. Even though the 7's coming back down quickly, that doesn't really bother me. The 7's really susceptible to whipsaws. And on that point, when it pulls away from the 14 and 21 too far, it tends to want to retrace pretty quickly, and that's what's going on right now. So it could reverse course again pretty quickly. 14 and 21 having a nice trend back towards 50. That gives the MFI a pretty decent look. A little bit of buying has come in. See, the accumulation distribution has been trending down pretty heavily. Now starting to show a little bit of buying pressure coming into the play. It's also viewed in the chick and money flow, which has moved into the green, saying over 20 periods, buying pressure is outweighing selling pressure. The commodity channel is still down below zero. It's actually a bearish look. You see it is trying to climb, make some higher lows, show that the price is moving back towards its 20-day mean. That happens at the zero mark. Official buy signal still a ways away for the CCI. That's all the way up at the break of 100. Full stow moving up towards 50, showing some momentum building in the play. Again, that's a nice look for an early on bottom play. And the tricks, like the MACD, it's a gauge of trend, making a higher low. And looks like a bullish cross might happen here in the very near future. So there's some early on hints of a shift in momentum and a shift in trend. What we'll be looking for in the RSI is to move back above 50 to show that the bulls have taken control of momentum once again. As you can see, going back into here, when the stock really started to make a nice climb at the end of July, you can see the RSIs were holding over that 50 mark, showing a strong momentum in the chart. So while the RSI is starting to climb, that's giving hints of momentum shift. But we really want to see it break through and hold above 50 as the chart tries to come off this bottom. I'll go ahead and I'll note right down here around 40 cents, the bottom going into last summer. You see right through here about this 48 cent mark. That was a resistance point last summer. And that's kind of the spot I'm going to look for right now to hold. And it's an area, runs down to this lows of 46 cents on Friday. But generally speaking, stock price is continually bouncing off of that point and wanting to hold it. I'd be a little bit more concerned if I saw a red candle that closed down near 40, because that typically doesn't happen in the FTTN chart. With the hints from the indicators, I'm going to look for upward pressure in the near future and see if we're going to see a bounce start to happen off of this base. And what I'd look for from a resistance standpoint is right around 60 cents. I say that because that was an area of support, 50-day moving average is coming down right there. It's right now at 62, but it's dynamic. It's going to continue downward. It's going to reinforce that area as a resistance level. Beyond that, there's the 200-day moving average. It's also always a source of dynamic resistance. It's important for a chart to push through that moving average and then hold above it. But from a static standpoint, I'd look right around 85 cents. Now, that's a big climb from Friday's closing price of 49. And like I always say, we're not looking for something like that to happen tomorrow. We look at this in a short-term perspective first, and that means holding a support, starting to take on some upward pressure, generally looking for some increases in volume to show that buying interest is picking up, and then we just keep in mind where resistance points are going forward. But everything starts by holding this support. and generally just looking for a little bit of uptick in volume. I did take a look at the share structure. Stock has only got about 13 million shares outstanding. That explains the lower volumes, and it also explains why the stock can move so easily on larger volume days. Right now, the indicators are certainly leaning towards a shift in trend and shift in momentum. And with that, FTTN is a chart to keep an eye on going forward to see how it performs. But as always, it's merely my interpretation of the First Titan Corp chart. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.